Good evening, curling fans. Welcome into another edition here let's see, we're the last quarterfinal of the WCT Belgium Men's Challenger for 2023. That's such a mouthful to say, but we're excited to be in here. We've got Team Belgium, Team Verreken, who is the Belgian current national team. Those of you who remember, I'm John, this is Pim, and tonight joining us, we have Bram van Looy. He's the second for Team Verreken, but he's not playing this evening. They've swapped in their alternate to Vera. So we're going to have a little bit of insight commenting with us tonight on the match. Welcome in, Bram.
Nice to be here.
Yeah. So this is the last quarterfinal that determines we have two quarterfinals going on tonight. One on the camera, one on broadcast, one on the next sheet. We'll keep you up to date on that. On the other broadcast, on the other sheet is Team Odorizzi against Team Seoul. Thank you. And on this sheet we have Team Verreken against Team Hertman. So we've seen all of these teams except for Team Verreken in this tournament. So it's good to have their you here. Would like to have the other local team get on the cast, and well, they earn their way into the quarterfinals and onto the broadcast sheet, so we're lucky to have them. Looks like they're getting done with their warm-ups pretty quickly.
Having Bram say a word. Introduce yourself.
No.
Yeah, why don't you introduce yourself, Bram? So I'm gonna here.
Yeah, I play. Be 23-24, so since there are no opponents, we will still be representing Belgium next year. So that's always nice to do.
Yeah, they're always one of the top teams in the league, so they're always the ones chasing them. So it'll be nice having an expert sitting here in the booth. I'm always wrong. I'm always first to admit I'm wrong, but now somebody's going to tell me before I to it. Looking forward to it. Last. Here's Cole. He's going to jump straight out onto the ice, and Bram's going to join us here tonight, and Pim will just be doing the technical direction. Maybe he'll yell at us a little bit, and you'll hear him in the microphone. So I'm going to go grab a chair, top up my beer, and we'll be right back.
So we see the lead of Team Hertman getting ready to throw his first stone. Team Verreken starts with the hammer.
Yeah, so in the quarterfinals, the hammer is determined by seed. The top seed was given the choice of what color or hammer. I don't think I've ever seen anyone pick the color over the hammer. So starting off going into the house, a little bit behind the tee line.
A bit off the center as well. Team Verreken throws up the corner guards.
As having Bram in the booth with us tonight will actually help us accurately read what Timo's little broom gestures mean.
Yeah, that's just training a lot with each other that gets that advantage. You know what the other one means, what the other one wants to do.
Yeah, I often get things wrong because I see Timo gesturing it, and sometimes it's just a twitch. It's not a signal for anything.
Yeah, it looks perfect.
Bram is a little bit biased, we will say that. But,
I'll try my best to be as unbiased as possible, but I'm wearing the wrong shirt for that, I think. So, okay, they want the center guard, try to line it up as well as they can right in front of their own stone. Still feeling the ice a little bit. What are the paths in the ice? What's the speed on the ice?
Yeah, we saw Team Hertman play already on this sheet, but that was yesterday, I believe. So the ice has changed quite a bit between yesterday and today. So both teams just getting the feel of this sheet.
It's a little bit deep, I think. It gets in the house, so the possibility for the slow roll. Let's see.
So leading off for Team Verreken is Dan Ace Kout, which is the his name translates from Dutch into ice cold, and you know you can't beat that for a sport that's played on the ice, eh?
It's gonna over curl a bit, and it pops out behind the corner guard.
Teams who would look at that and say, "Oh, it's popped out the other side." They would think that's quite buried, but we've seen it. And so tournament, that's enough. Some teams will get. It's just amazing the different.
Yeah, it can be the scoring one against, for example, but it's really important to try and get it as accurately as you can.
So here we have Peter Svischik, the vice skip, throwing second for Team Hertman. We've seen quite a few teams at this tournament that don't do the standard vice skip third, skip last setup. We've got a team that skips where their skips throwing out a second, vice skips throwing last, and all sorts of different setups. It's interesting, and you can see we've been exposed to a lot of different tactics and styles of play. So I like where it's really nice to see that coming to these big tournaments.
Yeah, there's a lot of big teams doing it as well. It's not necessarily anymore that the best player, to put it in words, is also the tactically gifted. It can be, but it's not necessarily the same person anymore. So why don't we put the right man on the right position?
Yeah. Good strategy, I think, yes. Sticking to something just because everybody else has done it for years is, hey, you lose out on some things, so.
Team Hertman trying to peel the corner guard to get a little more open in front of the house. No, they opt to nose hit the open redstone to come, I think, second shot. So they would be lying first and second shot.
Yeah, that's one of the fun things of so far we've had this tournament is watching the different skips and how they communicate. Some it's okay, very clear hand over the nose, but some have done other things, especially when calling for weights. We've seen some guys use their chest, some use their arms, some just hold their hands up over their head. So
yeah, we do all three. So just the things you say to each other and how you communicate is something. Yeah, you work on in training, so you're sure how it works on the ice.
No confusion, no trying to guess. Exactly. What did he mean by that?
A little bit heavy. Down trying to curl it over. So they hit it on the inside and go for a possible double, but it's clear by.
A little bit wide, so opportunity here for Hertman to do something, possibly
take out the open stone and go for a third. Yellow in the house, maybe behind cover, but I don't think that's possible. Looking for the double. Yeah, opting for the double. If they take the corner guard, they're happy, but if they can make the double, that's optimal, of course.
Between these top teams and, like, say, the club level is that skips here often look at what's the second choice, what's the backup option, what can we get this, what's our first objective. They look through all the different things before just saying, oh, this is what we want. And then when the stone is coming down, then deciding what's next.
Yeah, if you try to miss the right way, so you can maybe get something out of it. As a great curlers, I think. Timo looking for the double.
I thought this was flat, but now that I take a peek at a little bit of an angle on it, so
should be no problem. Oh yeah, unbiased.
Unbiased. No, no, no.
That
It's quite
should be
okay.
no problem.
It's quite okay.
Unbiased.
That's unbiased. At this, we've been
Down
saying that about a
immediately
lot of
sweeping.
teams.
Yeah, down immediately on the broom. Maybe a little bit. Yeah.
Ooh, that's gonna over.
Yeah. Maybe they take the one. Okay. It's out. Jeroen sweeps it out.
Yeah, not seemed like that wasn't quite enough weight for what they wanted it to do.
No, I don't think so as well. I don't think so. Indicating he maybe threw it a little bit to the outside. Yeah, can be a bit of both. Hertman looking for the hit and stick to make it difficult for Verrijken to make a double to look at the blank end.
I was just going to ask, why would they go for the hit and stick as opposed to
Well, there
rolling
we
it over?
are.
But there you go.
There we
Answered
are.
before I can ask. Answered before asked.
Yeah. But they... Oof.
Just catches that one there. Rolls the red up against the yellow. Now
It's dangerous to leave a pocket, so I think yellow is exactly on the same height, maybe a little bit behind.
hi, Nacho. What countries are they from? This is the gray team, Team Verrijken, is from Belgium. And the team with the yellow jackets, Team Hertman, they're from Poland.
They play out of the curling rink in Łódź, where we went once. Beautiful facility.
Yeah.
Yeah, really nice. I think twice as big as as the rink we're playing at the moment. Exactly the same number of sheets, but like inside is a lot more room.
Oh, okay. Speaking of large venues, I was watching some of the replay from the Bern Ladies tournament, and that building is massive. They have 8 sheets and televisions everywhere.
I think the most I went to Glasgow, and I think they have 8, I think, or 12 even. It was insane. It's just eyes as far as the eye can reach.
Good stone, second stone there from Timo. Creates a little bit of separation. Still a possible double here, but I also think that Hertman's looking at, are they going to hit and then roll, try to get over on top of that red one? Use it as backing?
I think they'll be happy with both, actually. If they can freeze, I think it's difficult to get that close to the nose and not be and it not being able to throw like a peel weight and get all of them out. But yeah, it's I can see. Yeah, should be able to get to the nose. So depends on how they can throw it. Execution is very important with this one. And you go to the nose, you make it difficult to go for the blank ends. But of course, has to curl, has to... What? Oof.
Just misses inside. We saw that earlier against in Team Hertman's match against Team Rechless. They were struggling this morning to find their lines early on some of their takeouts. He did manage to stay and score a big 2 at the end of the match to beat Team Rechless. So we need to tell that other sheet to be quiet. We're trying to broadcast here. Do you mind?
Not in the heat of the moment. Let's see. Verrijken putting up the second one, the third one to the side. At least the double or maybe a triple, the 3.
All right, so they're going to try to
Curl a lot. Has to curl a lot because now it's quite close. Let's look at the angles.
might leave a double over there on the side. They're going to try to go for the middle one. Looks like they're looking at the middle one.
They're trying the same shot as before. It's to take at least 2 out and and to force Verrijken to go for the 2 instead of the 3, of course.
Would you say that this double here, it's a little more flat? Is that a little bit, I don't want to say easy, but like, is it less difficult than maybe doing the other double on the other side? Especially probably if they want to stick the shooter, they'd be more likely trying this flat.
Yeah, they need to take the 2 out. I don't think it's of course it's better to stick the shooter, but they have to take the 2 out, of course.
That's the first step.
Yeah, that's the
Okay.
first thing. Has to curl.
Draw this one over.
Looks fine, looks
That's
fine.
one.
Oh,
Oh, just over the nose of
Just-
that red.
so for the 3, Jeroen with the draw to the pin. Or to the sides to make sure if it's a little bit heavy, you still get the backing. Same line as before, so you know how it reacts and how it lies.
Yes. Hi, Nacho. Yeah, the Team Korea, Team Seoul, they're playing over on the sheet next to it on sheet B, so I'll keep you up to date as that one goes through. They're still in the middle of their end. They're playing the Italians. That should be a very interesting matchup. All right, a big 3 for Team Verrijken to start it off. Very well played. Couple of missed stones there from Team Hertman at the ends, leaving the setup.
Exactly.
So
Never easy to play the skip stones, of course. And it's a near miss with his last stone to only give them the double of the 2 points, of course.
yeah. At least they were able to get one out, because that would have been a catastrophic miss to miss one of them and then leave a draw for.
Yeah.
Those square numbers like that, those tend to hurt a lot more than the round ones sometimes. And just to introduce Bram to Nacho Cardozo, he's a fan of ours from Uruguay.
Hi Nacho. A little shout out. Down with the first stone in the house. Looks a little bit heavy. Oh, Jeroen indicated it was a little bit heavy, but it looks fine. It's a bit on the outside.
Just
Yeah.
a little bit past T.
Exactly. Not a happy face.
Now, why did Team Hertman skip? Why did he sweep that deeper? Wouldn't he want that a little bit closer to the T line to use his backing?
He's not gonna draw, so he has the hammer. Normally the stones in the house don't really matter that much at this point.
Okay.
Play, and I think the chances the red stone stays in the house are really slim. So
Okay.
oh, and yellow goes in the house. So that will be a soft takeout for Verrijken.
Now, the winner of this match will be going up against Team Turkey tomorrow. So, not so much of a prize going up against one of the strongest teams in the event. They've only undefeated team this whole weekend. So,
But if you want to go to the finals, you have to go through them at one point.
yeah,
so.
you're gonna have to play them sometime. Why not play them tomorrow?
Ooh, and they leave a pocket, or they leave a pocket at the moment, but they're still, I think, throwing up. Let's see what the skip decides. Still talking. Yeah, he's gonna throw it in a pocket. So it will be very difficult for Verrijken to get it out with one stone if they make this perfect. So the draw to the near pin.
And so they'll want this to come to rest right between the two stones.
Yeah, even a little bit in front of the right, of the left stone at this moment would be fine. But like square in the center is actually perfect.
It seems
It has
wide.
to
It'll
curl
fall late.
a lot.
It's going to curl, but not enough. A little bit light.
Indeed, a little bit light, so you can peel it off or with the takeout and roll to the center of the house to take the line away a little bit. A little bit heavy. Down immediately on the broom.
They want to make sure
fine.
they want to make
fine.
sure this hits on the inside part of the nose, so
Exactly.
it doesn't jam on the back. Very nice
Perfect.
stone. And so Tur is a new addition to Team Vereka this season.
Indeed.
And seems like he's been adjusting quite well to.
He's been training a lot with us. He's been with us to the European B division in Sweden. So he's been training a lot. He has had to change a little bit on the way he releases the stone and how he plays the game, of course. But he's getting up to speed really quick. He made his international debut on the Swedish ice as well, and made it a win against Team Austria. So that's a nice way to start the international career.
Absolutely. Yeah, when I started playing club in the league. Tur was on my team the first time, so I've got experience curling with him, and it's so great to see him. You know, I've just seen these last few months, just really his skills have been going up tremendously, and I think you just see all the work that Team Vereka has put in with him. Good to see.
And the hours he put in, of course. Yeah. We can't do it for him, and he does a so. Has to curl quite a bit. Just a simple takeout. Curl. A stick. No, this will a little bit outside.
Opportunity for Team Hertman. Yeah, right on the nose.
Ooh. Hertman indicating to stay off it immediately. Let's see if we can scrub it over. Has to curl quite a lot.
It does catch the top one, but not on the nose, so slides the guard away, leaves a shot, but leaves a shooter, but I think we're going to see a soft takeout here.
Exactly. You're making sure he knows where the other red is, so to avoid the jam, but should be no problem. They could roll out, but they'll opt to keep the red one in the rings, the shooter in the rings, of course.
Now, will they want this one to sit in front of that stone on the button, or will they want it somewhere further away in the rings?
When you take it a little bit further away from the rings, you get a little bit more separation to make the double a little bit more difficult. In this instance, they came to the center. We don't. We have the 3 in the first end. Now they have to come at us and make the game, of course. So now the blank is a little bit easier for them. If you make the split and put it somewhere else in the rings, you make it a little bit more difficult to get them both out at the same instance.
Okay.
Yeah, so what's better? Yeah, I don't know what Timo's thinking at the moment, so what's the tactic he wants to play? Ooh,
this one's falling quite a bit.
And takes the first one and rolls out himself.
Care to translate what, did you hear what he said?
Yeah.
On the
So he indeed he wants on the T line, or if it have, just put it against another stone. Just put them against each other. Let Team Hertman come to us with the game. Bit the 3 sweepers actually to try to 1 sweep it over and 2 get the required distance.
there we
To get the goal.
That'll work as a still open, so we've seen so much in this tournament that if there's anything more than like half a centimeter open, they're probably going to try.
Yeah, this is actually a draw, so they'll try to use the backing and put it in front, frozen, so we can take it out, like corner frozen.
Okay.
It's guarded from the outside by our own stone, and on the inside we can't hit it because we'll take out our own stone. Yeah, looks fine. Yeah, it's pretty nice. That's really
Nice
perfect.
stone, yeah. And there's a tiny bit of separation I can see from the overhead cam. It's about maybe 5 centimeters. Is that worth trying to take the risk of going and peeling it off? Or there's too much of a risk of taking your own out and then losing the shooter as well?
Yeah, I don't think you could do that. You don't need the 2 stones in the house if the yellow one's away and they can't make anything more happen.
Okay.
So it's just a little bit playing the scoreboard, making sure they can only play, get the 1 point, just to force them to take the 1, and then we can start building up another end for us.
Okay.
So yeah, if they both go, I think if they would play a faster stone, it would just be to get the yellow one out. What happens with the other stones is not that important.
All right.
A little bit slow. It should be closer to the red one.
But this does take away that draw path to the button from that side, where they could potentially stack up another. So not a completely terrible stone.
No.
But I expect better from Timo. Oh no, that was Jeroen. Expect even twice as much from Jeroen.
I expect much more of the sweepers because I'm sitting here, so big shoes to fill. Size 8.5 actually. No, 10. No.
I was gonna say 8.5's not very big.
Yeah, 10 then. Yeah. Just another to get.
Yukinam coming in on the WCT chat. Hello, we're doing quite well. I'm joined tonight by Team Vereka's normal second. He's getting the night off. Bram van Looy, he's giving the guest commentary while Pim is manning the camera. We're looking for a pretty good match going on here.
Curl. Always just stayed outside. Outside. Team Hertman not quite the speed of the ice figured out on that side. We saw on the draw to the button they have the eyes on that side quite figured out, but the other side is still was a bit heavy.
Yeah, we've seen that quite a bit in the matches on the broadcast sheet. That one open ice side tends to be a little bit trickier for teams to figure out. It takes them a little bit, few more stones to figure it out. They tend to play that the closed wall side a little bit more often because of it.
Yeah, yeah. Hi, Lucas. How are you?
Lucas, hey.
Buenas noches.
Games went pretty well this morning. Let's see. In the first match, it was. I'm trying to remember this. Team Reckless against Team Hungary. And Team Hungary. No, is that right? Yes, it was Team Hungary. So Hungary won this morning. They beat Reckless in the last end. Ended up being 5-3. Both, Team Reckless played a really good match. Couldn't seem to close it out. Team Hungary was struggling a little bit, but managing to keep the stones and keep things in there, using a little chaos to their advantage to steal some ends there. But really tight match, really good.
We see Team Vera covering off the draw path, so making it very difficult for Team Hertman, for Pavel Hertman to still get something in the ice which will score.
And the early afternoon matches, it was a little disappointing. The matchup between Team Turkey and Team Seoul, we expected a real battle of the Titans, and Team Turkey just kind of put their foot down and didn't let up and really just pushed them around. So, sort of, because we only have the only country that has multiple teams entered is Belgium. So Team Vera is one of them and Team Dala is the other. So sometimes we refer to teams by their country, but a couple teams like Turkey and Hungary, they actually entered their men's national teams. And
as well as Belgium, yes.
And as well as Belgium, yes, but they are not competing as Team Belgium, they're competing as Team Vera.
Exactly.
So Team Hertman here, they're from Poland. But they are not technically Team Poland. Ooh, that one comes up a little bit short.
Yeah, it was a tight draw they had to do to come to the button, but they scored a one. So mission accomplished for Team Vera, and let's see if they can build something in N3 again.
Yeah, so you might recognize Lucas, a different voice. It's not Pim. Pim is on the cameras and doing the technical stuff tonight, but joining me is Team Vereka's normal second, Bram van Looy. He's getting the match off, so alternate two, Romero, is filling his place. So he's going to give us a little bit of more expert commentary, somebody who actually knows what he's talking about.
Sometimes. I'm still the second, so tactics is not the I'm playing with, so. Getting a talking to from the coach,
yeah.
So
she's still smiling, so it's still okay, but
of course it's early in the game. It's only a 2-point deficit. We've seen some crazier scores this weekend already, so regain the focus and make sure you can build something in there. Maybe steal a couple. Center guards.
Marcin Senderski. I hope I'm saying that right.
Beautiful.
I have butchered everybody's names pretty much tonight, so but I try. I can start pronouncing it the American way. Marcin Senderski.
Perfect. It's like I'm listening to hockey. Perfect. Center guards.
And nicely played. Team Vera coming in behind it. We've seen that tactic quite a lot in this tournament. We don't see it as often in to the playbook, center guard, corner guard, build up behind it. But sometimes you got to be aggressive and use the other team's stones against them.
It has to curl still quite a lot. That's Jeroen trying with all his might to sweep it in, but it stays open with, stays open quite a bit. But Pavel Hertman opting to just come behind it with a draw on the other side.
I know some players, some teams would be tempted to go after that that open stone from Team Vereka sitting in the house, but is it necessary? That's not necessarily the best play. Sometimes it won't allow you to build up the way you want to.
No, exactly. If it would be deeper and or more open, you could do it and roll behind your center guard. But the way it's lying and the way it's curling at the moment, it's almost not feasible to take it out on the inside and make the little roll. So why not try to build up a little bit more with stones and then see what happens during the rest of the match. Timo indicating Dan has to take it from the outside and roll a little bit to the corner of the ring. Yeah, corner of the ring to the side of the rings. Watch out! I'm reinventing geometry, so and it will pop out.
Very
and
nice stone
perfect.
there. Very well played. You know, how often do leads train for takeouts? Even something like that. They're so used to just laying guards that is it something they train a lot?
A lot. I think you must have a general. You must be generally skilled at every aspect of the game. So even if you're just the lead who doesn't have to throw that much heavier stones, it's still really important to just being able at match day, a slow takeout, for example, to just being able to throw it. So yeah, we train on every aspect of the game, everyone in every position.
Okay.
You can put the focus more on the different stones, on the different speeds you have to throw, but indeed, like you say, we try to train everything.
It's a beautiful stone from. Ooh, oh!
Yeah, that went awry.
Not what you want to see.
No.
Your Team Vereka there, no.
Hertman trying to behind guards again, but now with a little bit more draw. Just behind the so maybe
We love the skip sweeps on this. Get down.
yeah, it's a unique view, so
It's a rarity. Enjoy
Yeah.
it, folks. It doesn't happen often.
cherish it while you can. Yeah. They're starting mission cleanup. Down, keeping the stone straight. A little bit roll to get it as a corner guard.
Yeah, they didn't want to hit that one on the nose because then it would
No.
leave their shooter as a guard. So
Exactly.
even if it would have meant clearing out 2 yellows,
Yeah.
okay. It's often better to have so it'd be better for them to have that center line open than necessarily the 2 stones away and keeping the center line closed.
Yeah, exactly. That's like basic playbook to say try to keep the center line open. Even if, as you say, you can make the double, but you can't roll away. It's always worth a think. It's in this particular situation, I think indeed it was more important to get the guard to get it cleared than to make the double. because now they didn't curl quite enough, and now the double is still on.
Okay.
Or no, they're just gonna go for the single and roll behind the red one because the yellow one on the back of the house is the third shot.
Oh, okay, okay.
So I think the roll behind the guard is more important than taking out than doing the double. But hey, Bram could be wrong as well. So
Yeah, let's get hashtag Bram is wrong in the going in the chat. Maybe we don't. We'll wait till it's appropriate, but it could happen tonight. They weigh 42 pounds.
yeah, 20 kilos in a like 19 kilos in a metrics.
Yeah. So it's like 42. That's a nice looking stone here. Is it going to roll out too
it's
much?
gonna roll out. It didn't come over quite enough. So this is leaving the red stone.
Ooh, mini earthquake there. Yeah. Initiation. We have a stone here and then here, so they know not to pick them up out on the ice because they are quite heavy. If you drop one, it will break the ice. But if you try to pick one up, it's heavy enough that it can pull you down, and then you hit your face on the ice, and the ice will break you.
The ice will always win. Pavel Frinja going for the draw.
We're going to try to carve this one over a little bit.
Girl. Yeah, it looks fine. Angles look great for them. The double is not that easy. So currently they're lying first and third shot, with Verrijken having the second shot at the back of the rings. Jeroen now looking to go for a clearing shot.
So they're going to...
Exactly. So they can have an open house to throw the heath in. Full focus.
He's got his mind on his money and his money on his mind.
Ooh. Dude, already on the stone to make it carve over a little bit. But they're gonna take the back one and the red one actually. So Team Hertman still lying the one stone behind cover, and the red one from Team Verrijken, the shooter, on the back of the rings. Not an optimal position, but you still have the guard, you still have the hammer of course, so anything can still happen. 4 stones to go.
So we're going to want to see, Team Hertman's going to want to put one between the two yellows there. Maybe sitting a little bit on the outer edge, or do they want this one like directly in line?
Let's see which side they pick. I think...
Oh, okay, yeah, it looked like at first they were going to come from the outside, but now they're trying to...
Always look in that don't leave the double. And the vice skip, not a fan. So they're trying to cover up the draw path. Maybe lie second shot, but very important not to leave the double behind. Oh, Bram's wrong. So it's the draw.
Into the house.
Into the house to force Verrijken to take the one. But this is going to slide a little bit deep. Timo has got it behind, so it's third shot for the yellow one. Now the ice doesn't quite curl enough to get there with a hack weight or a soft take. So Timo looking at the line weight to tap the yellow one far enough to the edge of the rings, not quite out. Have to pop out. That's the curl. Yes, Nacho, tomorrow's still playing for the semi-finals. And Vera clipping on their own guard. And coming to the second shot, so Verreken lying 1 and 2 and 3, and Hertman lying
Time. You do time zone math as to when that is your time. I can never remember how many hours behind. It's like the middle and eastern or western part of South America is, because it doesn't line up directly with the U.S.
Hertman looking for the same shot but from the different direction. Try to split the rings and make the double takeout not possible. So Verreken has to go for the one. This is what we call a force.
Please don't. This is why Pim does not have a microphone tonight. Too many of those jokes. Chat, be lucky you do not hear these things. So it looks like it's going to be a little bit light. And it's going to curl over, so that's going to leave.
So Nacho waking up in time for the finals.
Awesome. 9 o'clock. That's a reasonable hour to be up on a Sunday.
Verreken looking for the really challenging shot. They could go for the just a draw to the button to take the one. Now they're looking, can we promote, can we raise the right redstone to maybe squeeze a little few more points. But that's, of course, that's a tricky shot.
Yeah, you have to look at the risk reward here as well. Is the reward worth the risk? Is that one extra?
Yeah, exactly.
Because if you miss, you know, Hertman takes one.
Yeah. Yeah, worst case, if you hit them all a little bit wrong and you give up 2, yeah, that's not great for morale.
Right.
And Timo opting for the hack weights, so just to put the from the center of the house to behind the yellow, behind the red one. Dan still making a remark because the angles are there.
Yeah, your rune seems to like that angle as well.
Yeah.
Like tapping the red one back.
Exactly, it's early in the game. The angles are there, so why not go for maybe a 2 or a 3 instead of a possible one, because it out and stick in the rings. Be the takeout. Immediately called for line.
And this one hit on the outside of the nose.
Come on, come on, come on. Ooh. Oh, ho, 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 ho. Beautiful. So that's the 2. I think.
Is that top one?
Yeah. It's,
I believe so. Yeah, if we look at the overhead cam, it's a bit framey right now, but we can at least see that red. So
beautiful stone.
good stone. It was two for Vereka there.
Maybe it could have used a little bit more weight, but
It
all
works.
things considering, exactly. All things considering, I think the situation they were in, everyone's happy they took the 2.
Yeah. So heading into the 4th, Team Vereka 5, Team Hertman 1. Let's do a quick update over on sheet B. Let me try to. It's 2-0 for Team Seoul. No, for Team Odorosi. Oh, the Italians, the young Italians, taking an early lead over Team Seoul. They're in the middle of the 3rd end. Looks like it's coming down to one of the last stones, skip stones. I can't quite tell how many are left. But really exciting stuff over there. We'll keep you informed.
And on the same moment, we have Dam putting the first stone in the house. But it seems it's a little bit light. So it will be a perfect center guard, or will it creep in the house?
Just creep in the house, yeah.
Teamwork acknowledging it. It just fell dead a little bit.
Yeah.
And Team Seoul with a narrow miss.
They were saying it, once the stones start falling, they just really go. This one's going to be maybe a little bit wider than they'd like. Maybe not.
Yeah, it's perfect.
That's
yeah,
a pretty
it's
good spot.
Pretty good.
We get very hypercritical in this tournament because we're so used to these teams being so millimeter perfect.
Yeah, exactly. That's between the club leagues and the club games, and when the international teams come over to play. So that's why we're really stoked to have the WCT tournament going on in the ice rink in Belgium.
Yeah. Plus, it's super easy to be the perfect skip when you're in the armchair. You don't actually have to throw the stones or make the calls.
Exactly.
We can second guess everything from the warmth of the cafeteria.
Maybe I should stop competitive curling. I like this job. Yeah.
Yeah, it's sitting there in a little bit of a position. Could go for 2. We're not slide.
A little bit to the nose of the red one. Sorry, to come behind their corner guards, but they put up this double corner guards. So not entirely unusable stone, but not optimal for the game plan they had in mind.
You hear that, internet? Brahm is a mind reader. He knows what they're thinking. What? He said you're a mind reader. You know what they're thinking. Because you said that not the game plan they had in mind.
Yeah.
How would you know? Timo coming for a guard here, but this one's going to drift a little bit over to the side. Covers it up okay. But they wanted that one covering that top, that one at the top of the house a little bit, didn't they?
Yeah, exactly. Team Hertman going with the tummy weight and rolling behind their own guards, of course. Yeah, the tummy, that's not one I'm used to, but I think it will be something like middleweight.
I think I saw the Hungarian team also use that stomach pat here.
And it looks like it will pop out quite a bit, but it will fall dead. Yeah, that's a beautiful stone. Completely covered. The angles of the corner guards are staggered, so you will need a few stones to clear that mess up. So a really strong position for Hertman. Of course, we still have the semi-center guard from Vera and the guards they're putting up right now. They're calling 3, so zone-wise it's perfect. But still has to curl a bit.
Looks to be all right.
Yes. Lovely stuff. And Team Hertman starting to clear the guards in front of the house.
Lots of weight behind.
Yeah, you need to move a lot of granite, so... And they tend to go quite a bit straighter. Okay.
Pops off the top guard there.
But still keeps their stone covered. Again, Team Vera with the center guard.
Just taking a look over, I see that Team Orizzi stole another one in the third, so they lead 3-0 in the fourth end over Team Seoul.
So another guard for Team Vera. Still has to curl a long way, but the weight allows for some directional sweeping.
Just too deep in the house, I just want to make sure they're curling over.
So it lies.
It looks like he's going to try the double here. It's quite a gap between the two stones, but
yeah, if you hit it dead center, you should have both of them. So looking for the, I think, nose hit. Still can curl.
That's one gonna be a little bit outside. Ooh,
oh,
takes their own one out. Ooh.
Yeah, that's worst case. Verreken now lying 2 stones with one completely buried.
Yeah, that little biter right at the top there. A millimeter is enough.
That's a tough shot. So Timo putting up another center guard. Yeah, with all the guards really well protected.
See a message in the WCT chat that stream is lagging. No, we had a message that there might be some network issues, so there might be some buffering for a little bit, but hopefully it will clear up quickly. I think it might not be only you, unfortunately.
Still has the curl.
There's a tiny gap there. Could you fit a stone through there? I don't think so.
I think it's a little bit too close for comfort, so you still have a few stones to rectify the situation, so let's go for the takeout, for the peel, for the clearing shot. Maybe take another red one with you. You have a little ways to clean up the house, of course, so.
Trying to hold this one still, but it's going to be a little bit on off nose. Just slides over.
Yeah. So it will come as no surprise.
So I'm guessing yet another
Exactly.
guard. If it works, keep doing it.
Yeah, never. Yeah, no need to change tactics here. You're lying too, and if you make a decent guard, they're two well protected stones. It's a little bit tight.
Try to sweep this one to keep it out just a little bit longer before it starts to fall. There it goes.
And that's another great stone.
Nice stone. Even
Unbiased, sorry, that's a good guard.
That is a good stone. You know, it's a little bit higher, so it's going to make that run back even harder. That's I would say that's not necessarily biased towards one player or another.
It's a fine line to walk.
Now, if you were to say something like that is the most perfect stone in the history of perfect stones, I can't believe that it would even keep playing this match. It was so perfect. That might be a little bit biased.
I'll take your word for it, John. You'll never hear me, but if I don't see why I would argue. So, Team Hertman looking for the angle, the angle raise on their front stone looks a little bit far off to me. So I think they will be looking to draw it in.
Oh,
It's been a long weekend.
It's a good thing we don't have a camera in the booth on at this moment, watching us be silly.
The boys are having a hard time.
We're falling apart. We can tell it's towards the end of the day, a long day.
So we know it's how many matches can you record back to back before the craziness sets in? So so here we go with the draw. This is looking fine if the weight is good. It's looking a little bit light. Let's see, it's all free, but
comes up a bit short. Really
Just-
good line, but yeah.
they take away the second shot, so that's something, of course. But is there something else for them to score? I think Timo was already calling to cover off the draw path. Looking for different shots to cover off or to
Yeah, and in this situation, they're looking for one. They're going to try to cover what they feel is the least difficult shot. I did, John. We have a guest commentator tonight, the Bram van Looy. He's the second, plays normally second for Team Verreke, but he is sitting out this match. So he joined us in the commentary booth. Pim, my usual partner, he's here, but he's tonight, so I am half responsible for that match. unless you're gonna say nothing things, and then it was all me. Last stone for Team Verreke. They're going to want to just cover something up.
I don't think they will be covering something up. This looks like a tap back. Or, no, wait, sorry. Bram's wrong.
Hashtag Bram is wrong.
Wait, what I see now? I think...
Oh, no.
Which they won't.
Oh, no.
I think if you do this in training, you have to pay 50 cents fine. So
they're analyzing the best angle that they can run this back. Get rid of that.
Two.
Try to get two here.
Yeah, like we say on the ice, if they can make it, they deserve it, because this is not an easy shot. It's a long way it has to go, but it's certainly feasible.
Yeah, that's the idea. When you don't have hammer, you want to give them their last stone, make their last stone as difficult as possible. And hey, if they can make it, you tip the broom, and you did your job, they did theirs.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, you liked our humor yesterday? Well, thank you very much. That's how we try to comment all of our matches. We try to bring a little levity and entertainment to it. Appreciate you being here. Appreciate your kind words. Trying to hold this one. Is that going to hit on the outside?
It looks a little bit to the outside. Oh, they just went through the gap. Too bad.
So, steal of one for Team Verreke. Good end there. Good outcome. I know your Rune's going to be disappointed with leaving that last stone short, but ended up not hurting them, so I don't think he's going to be too hard on himself.
Oh, it's the intermission, so I think they're going to take a few minutes to cool off.
Yep, so why don't we pop on over to the booth and say hi and give her a little talk about how we're doing. I'll take off my glasses so you guys can see me instead of seeing my reflection off the screens. So, pretty strong match from Team Verreke so far.
Playing solid, not too many important misses, so I think all things considered.
Yeah, and I think that's a big key is if you have a miss, make it not too big. Is something that the team can use against the other team can use against you. So I see Team Hertman close, but not quite making it there. So a couple of tough ends, a couple of steals for Team Verreke.
Exactly. Team Verreke could force them to play the difficult shot from moment to moment. And I think in the end, if you can control the match like that, you know, when you're already when you're 4 or 5 behind, you have a long ways to go to rectify that situation.
Yeah, so Team Verreke is in a strong position heading into the last half of the match. They're not going to need extremely difficult shots or low, unless it's something, unless Team Hertman can actually start imposing their will on this. You're going to see them be happy just to take 1 or 2 and extend their lead, and the quicker they lead, the more it is. So it looks like they're getting ready to already start the next round. So
Done putting the first one in the house. Normally, so the first one in the house. not to leave too many stones in front of the house with this lead. And that's a perfect, it's a good draw, sorry. It's not perfect, it's a good draw. Unbiased, I'm unbiased. It's not in the center, it's deep enough, so that's Team Hertman, of course, going all out attack and throwing on the corner guards. Trying to get as many stones in play as possible, so they can make sure they take at least the 2 to try and get back in the game.
I know for a lot of new curlers, it seems intuitive. Well, they're sitting one in the house, we should get rid of it. And no, we're going to leave it alone and build up. And so that's sometimes it's something you have to learn about this game. It's one of the tactics to build, to scoring lots of points is you need to build the ends. You can't just start throwing things in the house and expecting them to stay.
Indeed. So when in this instance, when we say Team Hertman starts to play aggressive, actually it's throwing up a lot of guards, making a lot of clutter, so you can force for the Eke to make some errors, and second, to make sure you can score at least a pair. The more the merrier, of course.
Yeah.
Yeah, Persic the Peach. We've hit three degrees inside of the rink, so that's a lot better than normal. Normally it's sometimes 0 degrees, so we're happy with the 3 degrees in the rink.
By the way, Persic the Peach is our very own Frank.
So I didn't need to explain that to you there. But now the rest of the audience knows the normal approach here in the curling rink. It's quite chilly, especially in winters, but now they put a little bit of extra heat in. A little bit light.
It's gonna
for
curl
Team
over.
Hertman there.
Gonna give a little extra protection for those 2 stones in the house for Team Vera, so they're gonna want to put something looks like either in front of or behind that guard just to kind of overlap it and prevent it from being used.
And to put even more pressure on Team Hertman to light a tree, which are angle-wise really advantageous for Team Vera.
Oh, quick update from Sheet B. Team Seoul just scored 5 to take a 5-3 lead heading into the 5th.
So everything's wide open on that sheet.
We've seen ends change quite quickly. A lot of one color in the house and suddenly now it looks like even on the scoreboards, just flipping things quite rapidly.
So they'll try to reach the front of the house. They could come up short. Yeah, that looks brilliant.
Quite nice stone there from Tur. Well positioned. He's happy.
He's very happy. So
Timo promised him a cookie after the match. Maybe.
Yeah, it could be. Is and a guy. Maybe a beer.
Maybe a beer.
Oh, there's Miriam. Hi, Miriam.
Timo Veraken's mother. Goedenavond, madame.
So, Pavel Hertman looking for the nose hit and try to move a lot of granite. So they push the yellow one straight back, keep the center guard, and just make a lot of things move.
Peel off that. Peel off their own stone there. Shooter falls out. He's going to try to sweep it back into the house, but that's not quite how it works. It's always worth the effort, though.
Not a lot of happy faces there.
No.
So Timo was looking at to clearing the corner guard, but with the stones in play at the moment, opting for the guard.
I definitely see it, the big change in Tour's sliding and his release. It's working with you guys. It's much more in control, much more stable.
Yeah, we already gave him some shoes as well with a lot of more slider underneath, which also eases the sliding. It maintains the speed a lot more, so you can slide a lot further with the same amount of push. So
yeah, I noticed that when I switched to the proper quarter-inch Teflon, or is that the 10 millimeter, you feel such a difference. It doesn't take much to just keep on going.
Exactly, and that provides a lot more time to reflect while you're sliding on how to execute a stone.
This one's going to catch just off to the side, so it's going to peel off
So
that
that's
top
the
guard.
one, but Team Hertman a little bit on bad papers here, because there's still the 3 in the house and not a lot of yellow.
Speaking of yellow, I do quite like the design of Team Hertman's jackets. Quite a nice design. Got almost kind of a, how do I want to say it, a abstract outdoor theme. Could be like forest into the mountains into the sun.
But if you were to check out their Facebook or Instagram page, they're quite a wizard with design and with storytelling.
Oh yeah?
Yeah. I would recommend looking up their page. They have a few nice photos and made a really nice clip yesterday about announcing they would be filmed against, I think it was Dalla or Turkey. I don't know which was
Turkey.
Turkey. Yeah, they know what they're doing social media wise.
Yeah. I'll have to look them up. We could always use a few tips. Just want this one to curl over. Now, would you consider this one a little bit?
It's really deep, but in this instance, and you're 5, so ideally you would have it a little bit further in a further higher up. Exactly.
Ooh, good effort there.
Good
Almost
effort.
got a few of them moving, open things.
So at the moment we have yellow lying 3rd shot, black lying 1 and 2. Timo looking for the soft takeout, get the center guard back in front.
Getting more compliments from chat on our humor. Thank you, Konami. You're making my head grow from all of these compliments. But keep them coming, you know?
So they're going from the inside out.
So they're going to try to come in and go behind that yellow one there at the front of the house?
No. They're playing the slow takeout and trying to roll back again in front of the center.
Okay.
At this sheet, I think the left side in this instant curls a little bit more, which means you can control the angle of the stone a little bit more.
Okay.
So the other side is a little bit straighter. If you would go from the outside in, it's a little bit straighter. So this gives you a little bit more room to work with the sweepers. So down, sweeping for curl.
Not quite enough of the stone, so it slides a little bit farther over than they want.
But still 3 in the house.
Yeah, so not a bad position to be in. I don't think Hertman can really get all 3 of them out with 1 stone. So
No. I don't think so. They're looking where to aim or where to end up at the best outcome.
yeah, they need to start factoring that in. They can't just throw down and take things out and lose the shooter. They need to start factoring in. We need to keep the shooter to.
Exactly. Normally you would be looking at this house and just saying, yeah, let's go for damage control. But if you want to make something against the 5-point deficit, yeah, you always have to maintain a clear view on how you're going to score the points. So this is not bad, but it's open. So it's an open takeout or even soft takeout for Jeroen, and yeah, end up somewhere in the house. Vera doesn't really care anymore about leaving doubles or something because the point deficit is quite.
Yeah, that's going to allow them to be. Yeah, they don't have. That's one less thing they have to worry about scoring. So
Exactly. They just have to make sure they don't leave any opportunities for Team Hertman. A little bit to the outside, to sweeping to carve it in. And they will hit it, but just enough. Pushing their red one to the outside and yellow completely out of the rings. So mission accomplished.
it's not a bad lead for that. Makes it a much difficult double there, possible triple, but that's going to take a heck of a stone, and it would leave them exposed. I think it would leave Hertman exposed. So it's out and gives them 1 and takes the hammer back, and so
yeah.
Expression give 1, take 2.
Yeah.
And
exactly. So when you don't have the hammer, you try to make your opponent take only 1 stone. And when you do have the hammer, when your opponent has scored, you take the 2, which means at the end you will always come out on top. But of course, when you don't don't perfectly make that.
yeah.
So pop. Looking to make the double and roll behind the corner guard. Fans still cheering on their Polish squad.
Yeah, they made the trek all the way from Poland. It seems Team Hertman brought their family with them, so they're gonna stay here to the end, supporting their dads.
That's young guys.
That's true.
Maybe one. Looks good. A lot of calling to keep it straight. Let's see. So the double was made, but he leaves it out in front. Lying second shot. So Looking for the hit and roll behind the center guard, corner guard. We're keeping it straight. Just a little bit of stone management.
This is going to be very nice. Doesn't quite get behind the guard, but I don't think that's the important part. Just want to narrow down the scoring area.
Exactly.
Just keep the gap, keep the distance between the two stones so they can't easily double it out and force them to draw.
Exactly. Or even the takeout. He's been a little bit, I don't think they're gonna draw. I don't think they're gonna draw when looking at the ice. This looks like a takeout. Maybe he's not feeling that certain about his draw weight this game. Yeah, I'm not sure, so time will tell. Get the hashtags ready. Leave the pitchforks at home, but yeah, they're opting for the takeout.
We gotta hold this one. Is it gonna stay? I think this one's gonna be just fine.
I think this looks great.
Okay.
So that's the one yellow.
Sixth end?
Seventh end. No, sixth end. Sorry.
Yep. The Team Veraken is leading 6-2 over Team Hertman once we get the scoreboard updated. Still not finished with this last, with the fifth end over on sheet B. I believe they're coming down to one of their last stones.
So Team Odorizzi needing to take out the double from Team Soul.
Sweepers are working it hard over there, trying to get it down.
Looking a little bit slow.
Oh
and
no,
just coming up short. So Soul taking the 2, which means it's 7-3 going in end 6. Oh, they still have some stones to play.
No, yeah, still have stones, but yeah, we weren't sure. We were taking a guess, and we guessed wrong, so.
Team Hertman opting for the center guard, of course, making use of the no tick rule.
All right, not on the center line, so the no tick rule is not in effect.
Down going behind the center guard, I think. Oh, no.
No, playing out to the corner. Into the house, looks like. Wants it to be out wide, just in front of the tee line.
And that is
Well placed stone, I think.
yeah, Frank. Indeed, they asked it in the house. We were looking at the other sheet, so we missed the call from Timo there. We need a few more cameras to make sure we see the sheets on all the time, all the time. So.
Muy, according to Timo. I really like that stone. This is going to come around behind. So they're going to put one into the top of the house, I think.
Going for the center guard, so they can make use of the no tick zone.
Okay.
No tick rule.
Timo asking for a freeze over on that red, so Dom save.
So this is where the leads, where the great leads separate themselves from the good leads. So throwing exactly the same stones.
Hitting that one might be a little bit towards the inside.
Yeah,
A little bit heavier.
Yeah. Mark my words, yeah. So now Team Hertman coming behind their center guard.
Indicating it's a bit wide. No, actually not going. They're going to come to... I thought they were going to play for the takeout, but no. I misread the skip signs.
Yeah, they have no... At the moment, they don't have a use for the takeouts, because it doesn't matter that there's some red in the scoring area, because if you put it in the center, you still make the points. So make sure you make your own game and try to steal something.
Oh, the stream is lagging again, Kareem. Sorry about that. Yeah, unfortunately, those are the one things we can't really control. The internet's comes and goes sometimes. Hopefully it clears up quickly for you.
Tur with a little bit of a miss, replacing the center guard with another center guard of a different color. Hertman trying to draw it in on the other side and try to lie staggered with staggered guards in front.
This one gonna get around that guard. It's gonna
fantastic.
Perfect. Look at that. So tight.
But a little bit heavy because the sweeper stopped, but I think it's completely buried.
Oh,
so that's
nice
a
stone there.
really nice stone.
Well, glad you're enjoying the curling, Kareem. Very, we're enjoying it too. Some good stones from both teams here. We're a little bit biased. Our local boys, Team Vera, is playing well, but we're trying not to be so biased in what we say. We want to see good curling from both teams.
Tur with the second attempt at a clearing shot. And now he succeeds, so that's a yellow stone less to worry about. Pavel asking for another draw. I don't understand that.
I'm trying to read any kind of body language or gestures to see if there's any.
The later just went to the toilet, so can't ask him as well. I think they're going for the draw or maybe the tap back. But I think it's the tap back. But it comes up a little bit light, so... Oh no, they... John's wrong, yeah. What?
I don't even have to say anything and I'm wrong. Okay.
Like you said, I read minds. I heard you thinking it, so... Yeah, Kareem, Team Hertman is actually putting down a lot of stones in front of the house to make sure the ones they can place in the house stay defended. So actually, the more guards you play, it's a little bit more aggressive, as they say, because you keep a lot of rubble in front of the house, which normally makes it easier for a stealing team to gain a few points. So I would say with triple center guard, that's quite an aggressive play. And now Timo with the clearing shot.
And that's rid of two. Very
two
nice
gone.
stone.
Very nice.
Both of them have touched the center, the sideline, so they are out of play. So Team Hertman now being forced to put something else there. Yeah, sometimes Kareem, especially for me as a relatively new player, I've only got a few years experience, it does seem counterintuitive. It seems like to be aggressive, you want it to be in the house, but it does make sense once you have somebody explain it. At least it did to me that, okay, more guards in front means those last few stones can come in and have more of a chance to be protected.
Indeed. Maybe they're not scoring, but they're defending the ones that are scoring, and that's equally as important this late in the game and with in the situation Hertman finds himself in at the moment.
Yeah, and as they don't have the hammer this end,
they try to steal with all their might, of course.
Yep.
So, or try to force Vera to only take the one.
yeah. Alright, so they're going to try to run this one back, take those two out, or do they just really want to get...
I think they're gunning for the double, but nearly missing it. Yeah, it may seem weird, Kareem, but I think it's important at the moment. Hertman is trailing by 4 points. They have to score desperately. So they're really trying to make it possible for them to at least score 1 or 2 every end. Maybe force something to get back in the game, because scoring when you don't have the hammer, that's quite a task. Especially when you're playing against a team which can throw some heat to the other side and can clear a few rocks every time.
All right, so now we see they're going to try to play the double, get these two reds out of the house.
No, they're
They're going to draw.
They're gonna draw.
Okay.
They're gonna, like I just said. Guard.
It was a question.
Yeah, you can say that now, but that's not what your inflection said. So.
I'm not. I'm just gonna mute.
Me or yourself?
Yes.
So, the guards are still up. Are up again.
Now, would they have considered trying to freeze it up against there, or is that just so tricky of a shot to do properly that's...
It is quite tricky. We've seen Hertman opting for takeouts because he already overthrew some of his former draws. So if I think he may not be 100% confident in the ice or in the speed he has to throw. So maybe to make sure you can steal the one, it's maybe the safer choice to just put up the guard again. You could freeze it, but that's as you say, it's quite a tricky shot because it has to be inch perfect to really gain you some leverage on the other team. And Vera clearing the center guard. Oof. And this is a little bit worst case, because now Hertman is laying first and second shot with nicely staggered center, double center guards. So I think now they will go, like you said before, for the perfect freeze to maximize the scoring opportunity in the middle of the house. And looking with a perfect freeze for a potential score of 3, depending on what Jeroen does with his last stone.
And the strategy with Vereka's last stone is going to depend on what happens with.
On the far side, that's curl a lot. So if they can see an inch of it, it could be for the gorgeous. Do they see enough to attempt a double or even a triple? I think they will look for the double. So if they hit the yellow one and on the a sliver on the left side, they can push the stone on over the stone in the middle. Those two go and then try to jump to the other side. So they're looking for the triple takeout, I think.
Now, Team Hertman's very happy with that stone. You saw the fist bumps coming down.
Yeah,
Definitely a little bit more pep in the step from Pavel Hertman there.
exactly.
Yeah, that was a fantastic shot, Kareem. Just checking out the time.
No. Checking out the scoreboard. If they take 2 now, what happens with the rest of the game? So still a little bit of a discussion. Do we give up the 2 but still 2 in front with the hammer? But there's triple takeout. If they make this, that will be, I think, the killer. There we go. Looks a little bit out, so giving the 3.
Giving up 3, wow. There's a bold move, but...
A bold move, but for Team Vera, a bold move for Hertman, but it paid off in the end.
Yeah.
Very well played.
Big steal of 3 for Team Hertman to get right back into this match. All right, a little bit of debriefing there, trying to get things settled.
Now going in end 7, 1 up with the hammer. So normally that's quite a good situation to be in. Of course, you just gave up an unforced 3. So that's let's see how they bounce back.
Yeah, that's definitely going to play on their mind.
Yeah, exactly, Kareem. It can be just the one miss or the one shot that doesn't pan out how you want it to. Can change everything.
Yep. So we see a timeout called here so the teams can talk with their coaches, I believe.
Just between the ends, yeah.
Oh, they're allowed. That's right, they're allowed to. That's the new thing they're trying out for this tournament.
No.
It's always that way?
Yeah, you can always do that.
Oh, it's during the end that they have to call the timeout.
Yeah,
Okay.
exactly.
That makes sense. I've not been to a lot of international tournaments, obviously, so some of the nuances escape me.
Like if you in Europeans, normally or usually the coach is right with you by the ice, so you can just communicate during the during the different timeout between the ends.
Yeah. That's why we drink after the game. Yes. Team Team Hertman scored more points in that end than in those two matches until now. Yeah.
Clever observation, but
Yeah. You said it. I'm just repeating it. You just wrote it.
and once again, trying to steal again. And just barely
just curls off that center line. So the laughter of people who've had that happen more than once. No comments.
Done. I think now going behind the center guard. It looks a little bit light, but Jeroen indicated fine.
It's going to curl around nicely.
Oh, that's peeps its head out the other side, which makes it possible for Team Hertman to go for the corner freeze and control the angles during the game, which can be very important if they're looking to steal. Still has to curl a lot. Powell indicating to his sweepers to stay off the stone. But has to curl, and this looks a little bit heavy. Gets a little bit of rub off. So Timo opting for the hack weight and rolling behind cover.
Yeah, Kareem asking, how do you think Team Vareka will have to adjust their game?
From experience, Kareem, I usually play the second stones. From experience, I would say they would adjust really adapting a far more open game. Don't let that much clutter build up, and just keep everything open so you can really quickly de-escalate the situation by clearing everything in the house. And as I'm saying that, I see that there's already 2 red stones in the house. So
hashtag Bram is wrong.
Bram's wrong. I want to say this is something that happens quite a lot with us. We say, okay, this is going to be an open end, and suddenly all 16 stones are in play. And then we're always, how do we let it come this far? So Kareem, to give a short answer, I think they will be adopting a far more open play.
Now they clearly wouldn't want to give away this end, but if they had to, obviously a force of one hammer going into the last end.
Sorry, I was focusing on 2 things you said. Sorry.
Okay. I was saying that, Team Breaker obviously doesn't want to give up this end, but a steal of 1 for Team Hertman wouldn't be the worst thing in the world, because it would give them hammer. They'd be level with hammer going into the last. So,
and even if you even if you blank that last end, you still have the one. Still have them in the extra end. Worst case scenario. Yeah. We see Timo instructing Tuur to put the you have 2 stones lying completely throwing a red guard, making it a lot more difficult for Hertman to force something out of the situation. But like I said, no open play whatsoever. Yeah, exactly, Kareem. No stones in the house, no stones in front of the house. Clean game all the way. Yeah. So we see the stone of Tur covering off the left yellow one. The red yellow one, the right yellow one is still usable, but it's a bit higher. So
Definitely a narrower window to
exactly.
make it usable.
But still, I think opting for the hack weight on the left yellow stone.
If I saw correctly, Team Seoul just stole 3 in the 6th.
So bringing the score to 9-3 in favor of Team Seoul against Team Odorizzi. No,
Odorizzi.
Odorizzi.
You need more hands when you say Odorizzi.
Odorizzi.
Oh.
Clipping the guards. And Timo signaling to put the center guard back up.
More stones closer to the center than the opponent's closest ones. Yes, that's a very bold strategy.
Yeah. That's the back to basics indeed.
Yes.
We just outscore the opponent.
Yeah.
Ooh, running a bit deep. And lining up the stones for Team Hertman. So looking at a double. Tur getting spoken to quite sternly by Timo Verrijken, so he will not be sleeping well this night.
Sebastian Dahl asking, we were gone for 20 minutes. What happened? Well, you're going to have to play.
I think some really strong play from Team Hertman, that for sure, and yeah, a few misses for Team Verrijken, and the situation is completely different now.
Yep. Not quite enough.
Yeah, that's really putting up shots for later in the game, because now they have a few runbacks lined up. If we
trying to make us seasick here. Yeah.
If we look at the near, you can see if Hertman piles one on the nose of the center and light 2 in the house.
Yeah, correct, Kasim. Not what they wanted, but Kareem, not what they wanted, but still in a good position. Yeah. Looking for a bit of
debris, indeed. All those dirty curlers.
They just need to wash their shoes.
So, putting up the center guard again, making sure Team Hertman can't push any Yellowstones in the house. immediately a call for line. So trying to keep it straight.
I want to make sure this one gets over the hog line.
Yep. Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh. And it stops just shy of the hog line.
Oh, no. A lot of discipline to stick to this plan under this pressure. Yeah, that's, you know, that's what you see these top teams do. They have to keep their head about them, keep their wits, stay focused, and not be easily distracted. That team would be flinging rocks into the house, hands flying like they're pronouncing the last names from earlier. We tend to be a bit more stoic here in Belgium, but yes, the flinging the stones into the house sometimes does happen too.
So Team Hertman going for the tummy shot again, trying to push the center yellow guard straight back, making the double takeout and lying 2 shots behind guards. So if this works, this could be an amazing game changer for them. This could be really a make or break moment. It looks like it's a little bit out, trying to carve it in, but it's aiming for the red one. And oof, those angles are not great. You can see at the reactions, making it very difficult to raise the center stones.
Yeah.
That's too bad.
So Team Varek is probably going to put a guard up over those center just to keep it.
Yeah, it's not even necessary. I don't think if you hit it. Yeah, perhaps if I. No. Perfect. You will open with the yellow one because you will hit it on the. You will hit the red one on the outside. I'm afraid.
Yeah, okay.
So.
Can we peek at the? There's a little bit of a gap.
Yeah, but that's almost negligible.
This one's going to get over the hog line.
That's a win. So
There we go.
covering. That possibility is completely gone at the moment. So I think because they're looking to take the 2 at the moment, perhaps being able to do something with with the hammerstone. But yeah, there's a lot that can happen because the angles are not great for Team Hertman. So on sheet B, a little correction, they made 2 stones instead of 3, so that's 8-3 in favor of Team Seoul.
They're in the 7th end.
In the 7th end with lots of stone in play. So they will be looking at pushing the red one to the yellows and then try to go for the the red takeout. This could be the shot of the match.
This is going to take a lot of weight.
Exactly.
Straight away on the
Straight sweeping, but it looks fine. Oh, what
Wow.
a gorgeous shot.
Wow. Fantastic.
Yeah,
that's the shot of the match right now.
That's an amazing shot. Jeroen going for the draw. And I see Gerben from Holland has, from the Netherlands, I'm very sorry, has logged on as well. So that's what I said. Try to keep it open and make sure you don't get in situations like this. Already calling for line.
Once it starts to go, is that going to have the weight to get down there?
Come on, keep
Gets around
sweeping.
it, needs to get almost to
Knock,
the
knock,
red.
knock. Keep going, keep going, keep going. So that's taking one and taking one yellow stone away.
That shot alone is going to need a shot after the match. Yeah.
I think Team Hertman surely grew during the game.
Yes.
Really came into it. Maybe Team Verrijken took their foot off the gas a little bit too much.
Now, how is the situation? So Hertman is lying one, Verrijken is second, but
Yes.
sitting in kind of a vulnerable position.
Kind of a vulnerable position indeed.
Yeah, you could move it out of the way and possibly bring that yellow off on the side of the house to sit second.
And the player from Team Hertman touching the stone on the right, but Timo, that's not gonna be interesting anymore.
Yes. Lots of the match for every match that we broadcast. Everything I have coverage for, it's just going to take a while to go through and edit all 10 videos. I've got my notes, but I still have to go through and do. Yeah, this one's coming down, Lucas. It looked early on that Team Verrijken might run away with it, but Team Hertman found their stones and started and got clawed.
I think John also has to go through the footage to see if I didn't jinx it anywhere, because that will be the jinx of the match.
We had yesterday some friends of Team NL in the chat, and they were really, really supporting their team, but we started, we kind of said maybe they jinxed it, and
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that giving up a steal of multiple points is always tough mentally, especially when it changes the match fundamentally like that.
Makes you question your shots and go for higher risk ones when things don't go just perfect. Yeah. Yeah, could come into play, of course. And then it's the sign of a great athlete and a great team to just keep the head cool and stick to the game plan. It's a bit tough to watch sitting here now.
Yeah.
The first ends were really cruising by, and now
it's always tough to sit by and watch your teammates have a tough match,
Yeah.
and where you can't do anything.
now Team Hertman covering off the red promotion, so they can't give it a little push. At the moment, yellow is still sitting first shot, red second, yellow third, and red fourth. So as is, it would tie up with Verrijken having the hammer in the 8th end. Still game-wise and scoreboard-wise a favorable situation. They would be looking to score at least 2 or maybe give the 1.
Had a lot of experience in this situation, and strategy of lean on his panic. Yeah, yeah, that happens. It doesn't really work well. No, very.
Karim, I always try to keep panic for I think plan F. That's plan panic. Trying to race, taking out the yellow, going for the 2 red stones. If it doesn't work and they give up the 1 yellow stone, I don't think it's the end of the world because they still have the hammer tied going into the 8. So this is for 2. Immediately on the broom. And it's gone already.
Yep. Inside, unfortunate.
So it's 1 yellow. We're all tied, going into the last end with Verrijken with the hammer.
Definitely use a lot of F in panic situations. Yes.
Oh yeah, you caught that very well. Yeah, when I was briefed to commentate the game, they told me they have like a little jar here, and they told me to bring a roll of 50 cents for everything I use plan F. I can donate something to the Kurdia fund. I'm still clean at the moment, so.
Ooh, exciting end there. We're getting coming down to the very last end. What the teams want, but for the broadcasters, we love this stuff. We want it to go.
Yeah, Frank, that the Kurdia beer fund needs to be replenished every day, I think. Not where Verrijken wants to be, not at all. I think in looking at the game, not where they want to be, looking at the end and the scoreboard, I think it's an okay situation. You have the hammer in the last end, and you only have to score 1 to win. Yeah, Karim, I am on this team, so I can assure you this is brutal. So, Hertman putting up the center guard using the no-tick rule, making use of the no-tick rule. Verrijken coming around.
Hi, Wayne. Yeah, it's a tale of two halves on this match. First half was all Team Verrijken. The second half has been Team Hertman. So, who's gonna take it?
And I see handshakes on sheet B. Team Odorizzi giving up the win against Team Seoul. Also a little bit of a tale of 2 halves. A really strong Odorizzi in the first half, and then the gloves came off for Team Seoul.
Yep. So Team Seoul will face Team Retchman.
Retchless.
Retchless,
Yes.
thank you. Retchless in the semifinals. And the winner of this match will face Team Turkaya in the other semifinal tomorrow morning.
Exactly. It's a little bit out, and we see the draw of Dan behind the T. Not exactly where they want to be. Team Hertman looking for a guard. And they make it.
And that one also touching the center line.
Team Verrijken again going around the center guard. Still early. So the sweepers standing up. Heavy. A lot heavy. See, they can put it behind, and they leave the pocket. So not an ideal situation. Team Hertman making moves.
Team Hertman may not have the hammer, but I think they might have the psychological edge going into this. You know, got to be coming off a positive of winning 3 ends in a row.
Team Hertman over curling, and it looks a little bit light. So this will just be another center guard.
5 stones in the house, so the no tick rule is no longer in effect, and same with the 5 stone rule. So any stone is available
for takeout. So now we cue highway to the danger zone. So, oh, a close miss for the double. Red goes out. I think Timo's still going for a clean house now, sticking with the game plan, trying to open it up as much as possible.
Yeah, they just need one. They'd like to have an open
They
house.
They just need one. They want an open house, so not too much junk in front of the house. Now Team Hertman going for the pocket again. It looks a little bit heavy.
So Team Braken's not going to worry about putting something back there. They just want to clean up everything out front as much as they can, as quickly as they can.
Dur with the rocket. Down on the broom. Plan B, so this switched straight back. So they cleaned up all the yellows, but now there's a red one lying there, which isn't supposed to be there. Team Hertman looking for the possibility to once again put something in the pocket.
Way too exciting, Frank. Yeah. No way. If we had a camera on in the booth, you would see Brahm's hands shaking. He's getting nervous for his teammates here.
Center guard. It gets halfway in the house. It's irritating enough for Team Vera. They will have to clear that one, and they still have to clear their red one as well. So
for a draw. Same with Team Hertman. They're set up now. I don't think a blank is going to be. Well, it's possible, but I don't know if the team would be going to play for a blank.
Just throw a few rockets and suddenly the blank is back on the table. But of course, when possible, I think Team Vera will go for the one.
Yeah.
That will, since it's all tied up now, the one is enough for 8 and 8. Timo, what the most easy and most effective stone is to make sure they get the one. Do they open everything up, or do they try to get to the pocket themselves?
And Timo's. We put one there in the middle. Does Team Hertman have an angle to get rid of it with this that yellow one there? At least that's what it looked like he was indicating. So
Judging from the ice, we're gonna see a rocket again.
Get your hashtags ready.
Yeah, perhaps. No, no. Red is up there.
Yeah.
I think he will be looking to clear as much as he can. Yeah, exactly, Gerben. Lekker knallen. Just give it a rocket and see what moves. That's the curl down, keeping it straight. So that's 2 reds out of the way. I expected a little bit faster, but
I was half expecting a lot more weights
Yeah.
or straights, but see if something might go back into the house and get rid of something else
yeah,
back
exactly. But then the tricky part is to make sure the shooter doesn't stay in front of the house. That's the last thing they want. So, one by one.
there. Getting down to the last few stones here at the end.
Yeah. Exactly. For him to move a lot more granite, it would need a lot more weight. Also, Team Hertman feeling the gravity of the situation. Every stone needs to be inch perfect at the moment.
One of the fans here in the canteen covering their eyes. They can't bear to watch.
So, I
Was
think
that the intention of that stone? Did they
I
want
think
that
it
there?
should have been a lot closer to the center line. I think Team Verrijken will leave it for what it is and clear, indeed, clear the yellow one, maybe the 2 yellows if possible.
Fans are getting restless here in the canteen, getting excited.
The fireworks are illuminating. Double on yellow, yeah, I think they will try Frank, or at least the front one. Line call. Line call, still the line call. So yellow goes, and Hertman trying to replace the guard.
Getting down to skip stones now, or last stones.
The Belgian side of the supporters are getting restless and anxious. So they're looking to replace the guard that was just taken out of play.
And yawning, yeah. We noticed that too. But sometimes it's hard to tell with Myrtha. She's always talking, always got her mouth moving. So maybe she was saying something.
Oh, we see a lot of angry looks now. So So Pavel Hertman with a guard. Just over the hog line is sufficient. It's a little bit higher than they intended. So now raises the question, do we take it out or do we just go for the hack weight to take out the yellow?
Accidentally got muted there.
So looking for a draw, maybe a little bit. Is a draw, exactly. Yellow is, yeah, yellow is indeed behind the T line, not that much.
Yeah, they will have one more stone after this, so why not take it? This one seems to be inside. Oh no.
So this is a lot worse. Way inside.
Yeah.
Covering off a few of the angles, so I think you can rock through. Yeah, I think you can go through because and play the yellow one. So, Team Hertman now looking what can we cover off, what can we do to make sure they can't make the one. What would you do, John? Run away, says Pim. Yeah, that's a fine option.
Not at all. I think this one, yeah, they're going to want to try to cover up one of the draw paths, find what's the easiest one. They only have to get to full red. So maybe coming up the wall side, just trying to put something there.
I see in the comments we have a pretty unanimous decision of let's draw it top button and see what they do. I think in this instance that can be quite a good idea. We see Frinia suggesting guard or just covering draw paths or even just covering everything. At the moment they're lying one.
Yeah. Pavel Hertman doesn't seem to be a fan of that draw over that side because he says, well, yeah, then they have that gap coming up the middle. So, yeah, you can't cover every shot. You just kind of have to look at it. So,
I think Team Verrijken could try the draw from the other side. So yeah, but that's a draw they haven't played for a while. I think all the stones this end were on the other side, Gerben. So in this instant, it would be a little bit throwing a blind draw. So and it has to be pretty perfect because you only have that much of the reds. But yeah, I think if Hertman can can force them to do the difficult draw, the two jokesters trying to make light of the situation. So
yeah.
So at the end, Hertman deciding to do the draw themselves. I don't think that's what I would do, but I'm sitting here, so yeah. The armchair skip. Exactly. Then you just leave the peel for Team Verrijken to play. And how does this looks?
Looks
If
wide
it's
and a
not
little
too
more
heavy, that looks amazing. That is pressure to the highest degree. Yeah. Yeah, you got. What would be the outcome? I don't think this was
No,
what we're gonna tell you, but
did not look like it was coming this way.
I think for the unbiased watch viewer, this is a great game.
Great game, yeah. As a broadcaster, I love it. You know, we love the stones when it comes down to this last stone, do or die.
For the second of Team Verrijken speaking, yeah, that's something else. That's
Yeah.
oh, immediately a line call. Line's fine, so only weight matters. Looking to not clip. This looks fine. What's the speed? The speed looks fine. Looks a bit heavy, but
No.
does it stick? Oh!
Oh! Oh, wow.
One yellow.
One for Hertman, and they advance onto the semifinals. What a match. That was incredible. That was a fantastic match from both sides. You know, really hats off to Team Hertman for staying in it and being able to fight their way back after such a slow start. And you got to feel for Team Verrijken. They started well, and then just things went against them in the end there.
I think the focus went a bit with when the deficit started rising. So as a little bit of a biased commentator, it's difficult to keep smiling here. But
Don't have to smile. It's okay. You can feel for your teammates. That is a tough loss. They've played so well this whole tournament, and this last couple of ends really got them. It's a shame they're not advancing, but we're gonna take a look over there, and you can see they're having a little
bit of a
discussion on
defeat
the
there.
ice. Yeah. Gonna take a
Group photo.
for the social medias, but yeah, you gotta. I feel. I mean, as a fan and a friend of Team Verrijken, you know, it's tough to see him lose a match like that. You always
Yeah.
want to see him do well, but as a broadcaster, that was an exciting match. You know, can't think of a better way to end the day. Have it come down to the last stone, and
I think the turnaround, indeed, in the middle of the match made it a little bit more interesting.
if we can get a little interview with Team Verrijken as they come off the ice, maybe Bram, you want to ask them a couple of questions?
No, I'm just no. I'm not the right person for that at the moment. I think it's maybe find the skip of the winning team. That's always a
That's
little bit.
how I would. That's how I would think. Yeah. So we're gonna see Pim corners here. He's going around the corner with the. With that, it's gonna try. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, probably the
yeah.
other team. That's a smart decision.
Here we are.
Decision. So here we have a little behind the scenes look. Hey, he's over there now.
We're gonna have a quick interview with you guys. Stand here with me.
Okay. So he will speak.
Okay, you're gonna.
Ja, Paweł? Ja się tam pożegnam. Ja nie mam.
Like in front of the black panel. stopover. So yeah, congratulations with the win. I mean, it was a fantastic comeback. We saw you guys really fight back in a game. I remember the game against Reds where we fought back, and now this was even a more aggressive comeback. What's your first take on the game so far?
Well, I think the key end was not steal for free. Guys from Belgium were playing really well, making mistakes until these two last zones. Actually, I came back a little bit because my shape in first part of the game was not so good. Didn't perform well, so these two key shots, the guard one and then the drop, was key and that mistake. And we gained the win.
Yeah, we know suspense here in the canteen. The last end was very slow, a lot of thinking time. We noticed their fans, Polish fans, waving their flags. Did that help to kind of keep up the atmosphere and keep up the spirits?
Yes, definitely. Playing abroad with Polish supporters is always a great thing, especially because we never had an opportunity to play in European, so at least here we had some supporters.
Now you move on to the semi-final, and you are going to face Team Turkey, the Turkish national team. They have been performing very strong so far. They are the only team that went unbeaten into the semi-finals and beaten a lot of teams very hard, even Korean teams. How do you prepare for that game, and what are your expectations?
Well, we have no expectations. We remember our first game against them wasn't that good, and I think our supporters also remember that. But we just hope to play better. We are better with every game. Kind of came back with the shape, so we are glad that we are performing a little bit slightly better with every game.
For the Polish fans at home, maybe the club members or family and friends, do you have any message towards them, or
Sure. Dziękujemy, że oglądaliście relację i zapraszamy. Być może jutro jeszcze będzie okazja wygrać finał i dotrzeć do finału. Dzięki, że byliście.
All right, thanks again, and congratulations on your win, and good luck with the next game.
Thank you very much.
Well,
Oh, that was sorry about the audio issues there, but we wanted to try to get a little bit of an interview with the winning skip. They played really well-deserved victory, hard-fought victory. Yes, Team Vera started out strong. Team Hertman able to turn things around with that big 3-end, gave them that psychological boost to go in, and they played fantastic. Took it down to the last one, but what a way to end our second day. You know, we've had two long days of curling, and now we're going into setup. Let me see if I can find that screen. So in the semifinals, this graphic has not been updated, but it is going to be Team Hertman against Team Turkey, you know, a rematch of an earlier group stage. Be Team Seoul against Team Rechless. So going to be a we saw these teams in the semifinals are really tough. When they put those stones on, they're going to be looking good. So really excited about tomorrow night. So I am going to end it there. We're going to say goodnight. It's been a long day for us. I want to get home, get some sleep, be fresh and ready for tomorrow. So thank you everybody who joined in. I want to thank Bram van Looy from Team Vera for joining us tonight. He went to go join his team and have a little post-match debrief. So the semis tomorrow at 9:30 a.m. Belgium. So both semifinals will take place right away. I believe we are going to have Team Turkey versus Team Turkey, Team Hertman on the broadcast. I'll have to check that to make sure tomorrow. But we'll keep you guys up to date on everything. So thanks again, everybody. Everybody who joined us on the WCT channel. Loved having you here. Really appreciate the support. And don't forget to follow us on our socials. Pim usually does. Just gonna like wave at it. And until next time, I'm gonna say goodbye. Goodbye.